So the moderator on the Strongman page on Reddit has contacted me, and he has told me exactly why all the Hooper posts have been deleted. Hey guys, welcome back to another channel. It's a glorious day here in Ireland. The birds are singing. This good weather, you know, brings out the best in everyone. The birds are singing, and the beer gardens are flying, and everyone's riding. The warm weather brings the best out of everyone. I hope you have a great weekend. It's Friday. It's warm. There's no fucking leaks in my caravan. I still haven't fixed them, by the way. I washed my carpet though. I power washed the carpet, so the smell of piss has gone out of the house. I don't suppose it'll be too long before she goes for a shit inside again. But sure, look, we'll motor on, lads. We'll motor on. So, lads, we have a couple of comments to get on to. Let's dig straight into it. Mitchell Jack 1590. Completing a marathon a couple of times doesn't make you a marathon runner. What are you talking about? Of course it does. If a fella does a couple of bodybuilding competitions, doesn't it make him a bodybuilder? Or if a strongman does a couple of strongman competitions, wouldn't that make him a strongman? If a fella's riding all the time, wouldn't that make him a rider? So if a friend of mine has ran a couple of marathons, I'd say, yeah, do you know that cunt down the road? He's a marathon runner. That's how I describe him. That's how it goes. Mitchell, Jesus ye Mitchells. Oh, lads, you're having a bad week of it. You're having a tough all week of it, ye Mitchells. Reddit and Hooper, both Canadian. That's why. Right, okay. So in my video yesterday, I have a bit of a concern with Reddit because Reddit seemed to have protected Hooper and have deleted all of the posts in relation to his issues at this minute. And I was just saying how it's a good thing, how we should be protected in that way. And my only issue with it was, why was no one else being protected? Why wasn't, anytime I'm being called a cunt, why am I being protected? Or even though, like, excluding me for a second, but the whole fucking saga with Luke Stoteman, there's someone else, other people were being called names on Reddit. Why were none of them protected? Why now? So this person reached out to me, contacted me, they emailed me this morning. I woke up to this email, and I'm going to read it out to you. Howdy, Pa. I'm a moderator on the Strongman subreddit under the username Council of Strongs. If you'd like verification, let me know how. It was brought to my attention that you commented on how Mitchell Hooper's situation was handled on Reddit in a YouTube video, including that you have been personally attacked by people being cunts there. Before anything else, I appreciated that you were supportive of taking down rude, harassing comments about someone's personal and private life. A bunch of people have been very salty about it, so it was nice to get the defense from someone in the sport. That's why I'm reaching out to you. As far as Hooper drama, harassment getting removed and others not, you're right, that it hasn't been handled fairly in the past. Harassment and dickhead behaviour should have been policed, but it wasn't. I had to step in this time because things blew up badly enough that it came through my feed. And when I did, I found that only one of the moderators was still around. The rest had stopped moderating completely. And for a very long time, I worked mostly with other fitness and lifting subreddits, only doing occasional tech support for work for other Strongman mods. So I haven't been keeping tabs. A handful of drama junkies have been pushing silly conspiracy theories, but really it just that almost nobody was paying any attention or caring until I was forced to jump in the other day. You are absolutely right that people shouldn't get to harass or treat athletes like shit or shove their noses into personal lives for entertainment. Now that I'm paying more attention, I won't be letting that continue to happen on the Strongman subreddit the way it has in the past. I wish I'd known sooner how badly the place had been neglected, but the only thing to do now is move forward. Thanks for reading and take care. Regards. And I think that's a fair statement to make. He admitted that it wasn't moderated, it wasn't being watched. Comments and people were allowed to say whatever the fuck they wanted on that page, which shouldn't be the case. But it's great now that I've brought it to his attention, I suppose, and I suppose it was brought to his own attention when that stuff was getting shoved onto his own page, you know, and that it's going to stop in the future, and I think it should be fucking stopped. Horseshit. And I said there is a small community of you there, right, in the Strongman page, and You love the bit of fucking hate. You love to be hating on athletes. You forget that these athletes, and like even for that, like even celebrities, you forget at the end of the day that these fellas are human. And when you're constantly reading comments about yourself, it can negatively affect your mental health. So stop being a cunt. Genuinely, no. You know what I mean? If I'm about bully the bully. So if you're getting bullied, bully that cunt back. If you see a cunt making a stupid comment, I'm all about that. But as for leaving comments for no reason other than to be a little bit of a cunt, I'm not about that. That's not about it. So lads, I'm going to move on. Moving on, lads. Moving on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Credence status. If you do want to move to Oz, we're about to have an election. If Labour gets in, definitely come. They are genuinely good. If Liberals get in, avoid us. They'll have 70% of the country sold within 12 months. Well, look, I hope the best man comes in and saves the country. No, I don't even know if it needs saving. I know I did a reel recently on how bad things were getting in the UK, and a lot of Aussies popped up in my feed and they were just saying how bad it is in their country at the minute. So maybe if a new party comes in, it'll fix that up. But just make sure if I apply for a visa to get into Australia, you look after me. Look after me. I promise I'll be sound over there. And you're fond of the word cunt yourselves. You know how it works. So let me in, Millie. Credence did this. My definition of fit is a bit different from everyone's. Fit to me is if I get surprised by a cool opportunity that isn't a comp. I'm able to do it immediately without question. I get invited to go on a biking tour in France, I can. I get invited to go hiking in the Highlands, I can. I get asked to help load a fridge, I can. These people are fit. If I'm ever worried I'm not fit enough to a thing, I'm not fit. What if I suggested to you, will you give me a hand here lifting this 400 kilo deadlift bar on your own? You're not fit. Will you come over here and squat 300 kilos for me? You're not fit. Fit? I don't know. I suppose fit, like in America, fit means, and this is why I often have the arguments with Greg, do shit.
Do shit?
Fit to him means longevity. Fit to me means, I don't know, being able to run a couple of kilometers. You know, that's genuine fitness for me. So there's different, I suppose fit, it depends what country you're from. Fit to ride is the main thing. Once you're fit to ride, you're good to go. Truth toxic. Just bought your DBAC shirt, the graffiti one. Excellent quality. Now let's see. It's a fucking quality. This is the new one, by the way. This is the military green. Don't be a cunt here. It's got the closer on the back. I leave the link here. It's also in the description. Make sure you pick them up. Want to wish you the best of luck with your training. Take her easy, you good cunt. Training is tough at the minute. I'm not going to lie, lads. World's Strongest Man is one of the hardest competitions to get ready for, because technically you're kind of training for 10 events. And especially since the new rule came in, everyone is training for 10 events. And there's a lot in it. Even like when you have medleys, it's making it... Jesus, it's turned it into nearly 15 events, because in the overhead medley, you have to be able to press the barbell, an axle, dumbbell, log. Then you have the stone press. So there's 5 different presses in that competition. You have to be able to load that fucking whore of a stone. You have to do nickel stone, or no, it's not nickel stone, it's stone carry, stone to shoulder, atlas stones. There's so many things to get ready for in this year's World's Strongest Man. And I'm not going to lie, lads, I'm fucking battered from it. Then you've got these maxing out lifts with the 18-inch deadlift. You've normal deadlift. You've 350 for reps deadlift. It's a tough competition, lads. And then for a little Irish fella like myself, and we're not used to the sunshine, even though we're getting a nice little bit of sunshine, it's still only, and we're calling today a hot day. Today is a boiling day. And it's about 14 degrees outside, and we're taking our tops off, and we've the tits out and everything. It's a grand little setup here. Romark Weiss. I think I'm pronouncing her name wrong. I probably am. I apologise. So Romark is obviously the cameraman for Martin's Listis, one of the greatest strongmen ever. Where were the moderators? So this is relating back to Reddit. Where were the moderators when people called me a rice picker? And see, that's exactly what I mean. That is clearly a racist comment, a very fucking racist comment. And that's exactly the point I'm making. Do you know, like racism flows there. No, I've never been racist. I've never been racist. I've never been bullied Like, no one has ever called me a potato eater. Because I think that's the equivalent there. Not that it would hurt my feelings or anything, because I leave the feelings at home under the pillow every day when I get up, because there's about 15 or 20 calling me a cunt every day. So I decided to leave the feelings at home under the bed, because if you're going to get offended by every little comment that's thrown your way, you're going to have a tough old life. So let that be a lesson. Leave the feelings at home. My uncle used to say to me, he used to say two things to me: you're a stupid cunt, and leave your feelings at home. And he was right. He was right, you know. He was fucking bang on. Jerry DH 12555. World's Strongest Man is a dog shit comp. The stone off breaks that sees and pulling events. No live stream, it's a joke. And you know what, Jerry, weird cunt of a name. I bet you still watch it. What breaks this? What breaks these? Your own breaks, is it? Will you come up out of it with your dog shit competition? Some people are fucking, you're rude. Polar Bear 4612. Why were these guys and their wives posting about all these private matters? Keep private stuff off the internet, and I suppose there is no better way to get back at a fella than to hurt his reputation when he's, when he's a bit of a following, when he's a bit of social media following. You know, when you're acting the cunt, right? When you're acting the cunt, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, lads. They don't pull punches. When you hurt the female, she will fucking hurt you back, and if you're a strongman, a pro strongman, they'll hit you right into the pocket, right into your pocket, and they'll say, do you know what this cunt did? That's just how it goes, unfortunately. Now, lads, that's just all I have time for today. So today, lads, I need to go and clean up the caravan. It's a bit of a mess. If I could swing around the camera, I could show you. There's paint spilled over there. There's a fucking wig over there. I don't know where the wig comes from. There's, what else is there? There's a lot of cables, and there's a couple of dumbbells over there. And lads, oh yeah, I did have a question the last day. It was about my coaching app. My coaching app, I'm currently developing an app. At the minute, it'll be ranging from fitness to, I'm not sure about, there's enough strongman coaches out there. I don't need to become another strongman coach. It's basically for general fitness meets functional training. It's called Get Stronger, Live Longer, and it's about being able to live longer, because I study longevity a fair bit, and I've watched all the documentaries and I've read up on it quite a lot. And the one thing in common that all these different countries have in common is movement. It's often the case the people that spend their life in the couch or in bed or are not moving at all have a very short life. So my app will be based around fitness and weight loss and the correct body fat you should be in, and longevity. That's what I'm creating the app for. It's for everyone. It's for male and female. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be ready in possibly 10 weeks. It's a brand new app, and hopefully we'll kick it off, and some of you might sign up. I'm going to make it cheap enough that everyone can use it. So thank you very much for that person that asked the question. I can't find it, unfortunately. Anyway, lads, I'm going to leave you. I'm just going to train. I'm just going to hurt my knees and hurt my hole and everything. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope it's a bank holiday weekend here. I'm not sure if there's one in the UK or the USA or Australia or Iceland. I hope you have a great weekend. Good luck to you.